We are going to study scientific method today. As we know, as a science student, we have to conduct different labs. We have to investigate different problems. And the method we use to investigate a problem or to conduct a lab is called scientific method. What is the scientific method? Who uses it? Everybody. What is it? It is a logical approach to solve a problem. We come across different type of problem every day. Where are my shoes? What is the best medicine for cancer? Which perfume I should buy? You plan for your lunch. These all problems. And we solve those problems by applying a step-by-step technique which is called scientific method. Okay? So let's steps of this scientific method. What are the steps of scientific method? Number one, what the problem we come across. Problem or question are the same thing. After a question or problem, search. After search, formulate hypothesis. After hypothesis, the ready to test our hypothesis. And then during the experiment, we observe using our senses. We see, we smell, we touch, we feel. And also, we write down the data, collect the data in the form of tables, charts, or graphs. After gathering data, after observing, then we come up with a conclusion. What is the result? Our hypothesis was right, wrong, whatever. Okay, let's proceed. Scientists develop a question about a problem. They need to be very specific in defining what they are trying to explain or solve. After the problem, they gather information about the problem, question. They can use the books, magazines, newspaper, science lab reports, contact experts who have done those labs before you are going to do, and your past experience and prior knowledge. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a testable statement. Testable statement. Remember, hypothesis should be formulated in a way that you can test. If you cannot test, it means it's not a valid hypothesis. Hypothesis is an educated guess. When you think, when you plan your hypothesis, always start from the word I think. But when you write a lab report, when you express in your notes, there should be two words, if and then. If I do this, then this would happen. So that is hypothesis. Okay? Let's proceed. Next step, create, conduct an experiment to test their hypothesis. Make a list of the materials or chemicals or the requirements you are going to use in your inquiry, in your experiment. This should include a material list and a procedure with step-by-step directions. When we conduct a lab, we deal with three types of variables. One is independent variable. Independent variables are the variables you can change during the experiment. For example, you are studying different amounts of water given to the plant and the growth of the plant. So the amount of water you can change, therefore water is independent variable. You are observing the growth of the plant. Growth is dependent variable. Dependent variable you cannot change, but dependent variable depends on this. Dependent variable depends on independent variable. Okay? Number 3, constant, which you do not change. For example, plant, same location. But the only thing you are changing the amount of water given to the plant. So water is independent. Growth of the plant is independent. Okay? So these 3 types of variables. We will have one more lesson and we will discuss only variables, and I would give you more example on that. At this time, that's enough. Independent variable, dependent variable, and constant. Scientists have to take the time to think logically when they are investigating a question or problem. Do not forget, I had told you in the beginning, scientific method is a logical approach to solve a problem. This approach is applied step by step, and we know those 6 steps we just touched about. When we conduct a lab, then we have to observe, and also we write down the notes, the data. Our data contains charts, graphs, and written work. This is what happened. That's also called lab report. Then, last step, conclusion. We have solved the problem. In case if problem is still there, then we change hypothesis and we conduct lab again. If it's proved, still we need to repeat our experiment in order to get precise. Once a scientist completes an experiment, they often repeat it using the exact same materials and procedure to see if they get the same finding and result. This is really what we call verification. Why we need to do like 2 or 3 times. Normally in school and college labs, students are asked to verify their numbers 3 times so that you can get precise result. Next step. Scientists share their experiments and findings with others, because when you share your information, and it helps the society to move, right? Because they share their experiments findings, scientists can learn from each other and often use someone else's experiments, someone else's experiences to help them with what they are studying, what they are doing, what they have done, what they have found. So we are done today. That's all. Next class we will be discussing variables. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.